you guys, we don't have any issue like this in here because we've set the standard many, many years ago. We don't fight from our knees. If I see two people fighting from their knees, I always ask, are you planning on fighting midgets? Like, it doesn't make any sense to be on knees. Either one person be down, play you hard, the other person pat, we'll both stand up and then fight that. Like nothing comes good from that. There's no combat from your knees, okay? So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Either I'm on my knees to pin the person because I already have them in the position I want to be in, or I'm on my feet moving around. Okay, I'm on my feet moving around. And when I'm in that circumstance moving around, so I already got their arm across here, I have all this and I pin. Listen, look, watch my feet when I move, okay? Hips are back. I'm already perpendicular. Now I have longer arms than a lot of people, that's okay, so you guys may have to take another step. Then I make the hip, I'm still on my feet. I haven't dropped down to my knees yet, okay? I'm giving them my weight. So the reason I'm able to move on my feet freely is because they're getting a lot of my weight, but they're compromised, they're down like this. I'm really not worried about them moving very quickly or efficiently. So if their arm, I'm putting weight on them, they're compressed, it's not a good position to be in, right? So if I've already outflanked them, I got to this position, and I make contact here, I can go down to my knee, but here's the thing. My arm that was over their head comes to their shoulder, deep across, like I'm trying to take their back. I don't want it shallow, I want it across. And if I make grip on their gi, that's fine. But more than anything, I want to grip over their shoulder. Like I'm using my arm more than anything to make contact here, surface area contact on their shoulder. We talked about this yesterday. I'll keep circling as I'm trying to drag him here. And if he posts on his elbow or his hand from here, I can't break him down. What's the next step? We talked about this yesterday. I get here, can't break him down. What do I do now? So they're looking for the back. Well, how do I do it though?
Dive your right knee over his right hip.
Yeah, right. I can make this easy by taking the back in the most simplistic way possible. Pushing into them. The last thing I want to do is the old saddle the horse thing. And this is no different than the cheese vault. If he was on his knees, I try to throw my leg over. That's not good. It's not efficient. It's very easy to defend. I'm not trying to throw my knee over and then pull him back. That's not a good way to go about things, okay? What I'm going to do is very simple. Here, I'm going to connect my hands, it's fine. I don't have to start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push in him with my upper body to start. And I'm not going to push straight, I'm going to push him off this direction. Why am I pushing his shoulders up and away?
Create more space.
Correct. I'm going to separate his knee from his elbow so there's more space for me to put my knee in. And that's really important, okay? I don't want to just go like this and then he's really tight here, okay? I'm going to push up and away. So not only do I twist his shoulders away, bigger gap, put my knee in from here. Now I don't just stop here, I'm going to keep pushing forward in this position. I can then pummel my foot all the way in, I can make it the grapevine, and then I can rotate to my back now. And which side am I going to end up on?
Your right hip.
Your
Yes.
left. Oh, you're right.
Correct. Why is it my right hip, Mike?
Because you got to get your left leg through.
This is my bottom hook. This leg that's in is my bottom hook. So when I sit to my butt from this position, I'm going to use this leg to help turn his hips because it's already attached to his hips, turn them all the way over. This is my bottom hook. That's why I'm turning to this hip first. What we talk about all the time when it comes to the back, my top hook doesn't matter. It's the last thing to worry about. My bottom hook's in. I got them on the edge of their body. I can make any sort of grip I want on their upper body from here. And the last thing I'm worried about is putting this top hook in, right? We have talked about that ad nauseum. It's important to understand that that is really, really, really important if you're looking for the back, okay? So when you get around the person, go back real quick, James, just to your elbow. Okay. So when you're here, make this position, they're posting stuff. I'm gonna start to twist their upper body and I'm pushing into them. So then there's space to start to put this knee in from this position. And when you do this, you may even have to take your hands off and really twist your hip in to get your leg in. And now, from this position, you may not feel comfortable going back this way. No problem. Okay, I still put my grapevine in, everything like that. I'll take this hand off the mat and I'll roll in this direction and still end up on their back, and then I can worry about putting the hook in after the fact. Okay, you have a lot of opportunity to take their back. But again, it all starts with pushing them when they're posted on their elbow, not tossing your leg in all haphazardly and then throwing yourself backwards and then them turning and facing you in your guard, and you come to me later and say, you almost had it, and I don't want to hear that. Okay, because I'm showing you exact step by step how to do this. So it's pushing into them, really overcompensating for the fact that you know they want to push back into you. So I'm going to push them forward as far as possible, really twist their shoulders away from their hips. And athletically, You don't really do much if your shoulders and your hips are separated, right? You don't have as much strength. So if I push the person's shoulders away from their hips, it's not a very good position for them to be in. They can either turn away from you and you can still take their back, or they'll be trying to push into you and you still have the same ability, you can roll this way. Person keeps leaning into this to try to turn, you roll forward and take their back. You still end up on the same side. So whatever leg goes over, that's the hip you have to end up on to start. Does that make sense, everybody? Give it a shot.